So plan and prepare for your IEP meeting. Save all of your child's work that may be related to the IEP skills. Know who's attending the meeting, and that again is on your meeting notification. Jot down your concerns and review the current IEP and/or last evaluation. Who are the IEP team members? You are the most important IEP team member. You know your child best, and your contribution is vital to your education. You're the one who will be living with the decisions of what's made in this IEP team meeting for the rest of your child's life. So you're the one who's going to follow your child throughout his education and beyond. So your input is very important and valuable. So come prepared with goals that you would like to see your child accomplish in the next year. And be prepared to talk about any services that you believe your child might need and how those services will help your child progress in the general education curriculum. So the whole purpose behind IDEA is that students with disabilities progress in the general education curriculum. So the most powerful tool that a parent has is to show what the child needs in order to progress in the child's education curriculum. So think about what services would help your child accomplish that, and what goals will help your child accomplish that. The second required IEP team member is who is referred to as the LEA. LEA stands for Local Educational Agency, and the LEA representative is the school district staff person who is qualified to provide or supervise the provision of special education, is knowledgeable about the general curriculum, is knowledgeable about the availability of resources of the school district, and has the authority to commit the agency's resources to implement the IEP. So as the IEP team is discussing what services and education the child might need, the LEA representative has to be knowledgeable about the general education curriculum because that's where the child is supposed to be progressing. Also the special education services that can be provided, and they have to have the authority to commit those resources. So for instance, if the district determines that a student needs occupational therapy, then the LEA has to be able to commit that resource to provide that service. Additional team members include at least one of your child's regular education teachers, at least one of your child's special education teachers, or one of your child's related service providers, and at the district or parent's discretion, any other person who has knowledge or special expertise regarding your child. So the person doing the inviting gets to determine who has knowledge or special expertise. So parents can invite private therapists, they can invite daycare providers, they can invite family members. The district also has that option. So oftentimes you'll see on your meeting notification names that you don't know who they are. And it might be the district's autism specialist, or it might be the district's program coordinator who provides services outside the district in an alternative placement. So knowing who's attending your meeting will help give you an idea of what school personnel might be discussing and programming for your child. If you don't know who those people are on your meeting notification, you can ask. You can ask that specific people are not included in your IEP team meeting. However, the district has the right to bring them regardless of your request. If that person is coming regardless, prepare for that and think about the input that that person might be providing and how you as a parent might address that. And then when your child is transferring from early childhood services, that service provider is also included in that meeting when they transition from First Steps to early childhood program. And that can provide a lot of really good foundational information as your child moves into the age range from 3 through 21. Okay, so any one of those additional team members can be excused from the IEP meeting. So a regular education teacher, a special education teacher, a related service provider, or any other person who has knowledge or special expertise can be excused from the IEP meeting. The parents and the LEA must agree to the excusal, and it must be in writing, and information provided from that IEP team member has to be provided to the parent in writing prior to the school meeting. So oftentimes when you get into the middle school and high school level, it's very difficult to get all 6, 7 of those teachers at the meeting at the same time to discuss everything. And oftentimes they have 1 or 2 regular ed teachers at that meeting. You can agree to the dismissal of those team members, but you may want to get input from that person in writing. The reason that's important, it allows you as a parent to get information from that person who's going to contribute information to the development of that IEP, ask questions and get feedback. It also helps you, again, prepare for the input in the development of that IEP. And if there's difficulty getting everybody at that table, also remember that those people can be included by use of video or telephone conferencing. So if that input from that person is important, then you may want to see if that is an option so that they can be included in all of the discussion into the development of the IEP. So remember, all IEP team members are to have knowledge or special expertise regarding your child and participate in the development of the IEP, including determining appropriate behavior interventions, supplementary aids and services, and determining program modifications or support for school. In addition to these responsibilities, the regular education teacher also contributes knowledge of the general curriculum for your child to participate in. So I think it's really important to have those team members at the table and get their input. The ones who are actually in the classroom with the student. If you're talking about how a certain accommodation might work in the classroom, the person who's going to provide the best information on how or if that can be implemented would be the teacher themselves. So that's important in remembering when getting those the input from all of those team members and planning on whether or not they're attending or if they're going to be there for the whole meeting.